Tejasvi,
Yes, sir.
what is the angle of deviation in the during refraction? The light deviates from its initial path by what angle? This is the light incident. It has deviated by some angle. How much is that angle? Tejasvi, I asked a question.
Yes, sir. I'm thinking इसमें subtraction होता है. Um, the extended incident ray minus refracted ray. I'm not sure, sir.
You can use simple geometry. This is I, so this whole angle will be I, vertically opposite angle.
Yes, sir.
So delta will be I minus R. In the second case, it will be R minus I. Angle of deviation when light goes from one medium to another, it suffers a deviation, and that angle of deviation is I minus R. Right?
Okay, sir.
So why I asked this, I just wanted to check whether you have revised or not. So at least find time of 30-40 minutes to revise the previous class lecture before joining the next class. Only then it will make sure that you are learning it fully. Mr. Vihan, you were absent yesterday, but still I'm asking the question with you to you that what causes the refraction? What is the cause of refraction when light goes from one medium to another? Why it changes the path?
Sir, the light refracts due to there's a difference in speed of light due to difference in densities of the medium. So suppose light air से glass में जा रही है तो glass की density air से बहुत ज़्यादा है जिसकी वजह से glass में light की speed बहुत कम हो जाएगी जिसकी वजह से light bend हो जाएगी normal की तरह.
Okay. So if it is no, again, then what is the how we decide that, how we know that it is going to be bent or it's going to be away? What is the cause of that? Because light always wants to take that path in which it takes minimum time, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why in the medium, denser medium, it will be bent towards normal. In the rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. So cause of refraction is difference in the speed of light. Then why it is not observed in perpendicular direction? वहां पे भी तो speed का difference है, difference in speed of light.
I,
Agastya, you understood my question, by the way?
Yes, sir.
If light is changing its path because of only speed in change, so does that mean if light goes perpendicularly, will the speed in medium 1 and medium 2 will be same? No, not at all. If medium is changing, then obviously the speed will changing. Then why not?
सर आई गेस कि तो उसकी स्पीड चेंज हो रही है बट फिर भी जो सीधा परपेंडिकुलर पाथ है वो तो शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ ही है जिसमें सबसे कम मिनिमम टाइम लगेगा.
Correct. Yes. Absolutely. That's what I wanted to check. Though it is not deviating because the path that it was already following is the path in which it is going to take shortest time to cross that medium. So if we say there is no refraction, yes, there is no deviation in the path of light observed. But if we say that there is no refraction, there is a refraction. Refraction means there is change in the speed of light, but that is not observed because it is already following that path where it is already going to take the minimum time. Very nice. Fine. So next we saw the refractive index. Refractive index we define. Refractive index of a medium is not directly related with the density of that medium, the mass density. Refractive index of a medium is defined with respect to the vacuum or air, that is called absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index of any medium is always defined with respect to, so it is represented by the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in that particular medium. So absolute refractive index is always going to be greater than 1 because speed of light in any other medium will be less than that of vacuum.
सर एक बार आप ये फिर से एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो?
बिल्कुल. अब हम absolute refractive index की बात कर रहे हैं. So like suppose if it is a water, outside should be ideally vacuum, but vacuum and air is considered to be almost same for the optical phenomena because there's not much change. So when light goes from one medium to another and the first medium is air, then the ratio of this is mu, and for air we take refractive index as 1, that is taken as the base medium or absolute refractive index. So किसी भी medium का refractive index define होता है ratio of speed of light to speed in vacuum to speed of light in that medium. The speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 raised to power 8, where c is speed of light in vacuum or in air also, which is 3 into 10 raised to power 8. Correct? Understood?
Yes sir, समझ आ
Yes,
गया.
sir.
Yeah. So this will be again a dimensionless quantity, but absolute refractive index is always going to be greater than 1. Absolute refractive index is always greater than 1. For any medium, its refractive index cannot be less than 1. It is always 1 for the vacuum. But when we define relative refractive index or refractive index of one medium with respect to another, refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So medium 2 in which light goes after refraction, medium 1 through which light is incident. So it will be defined as the ratio of the refractive index of medium 2 divided by refractive index of medium 1. Refractive index किस पे depend करता है? I think we discussed a bit that refractive index does not depend upon the density, mass density, but it depends upon the electromagnetic property. So we cannot say that any material is dense, then it is always going to be optically dense also. Example was petrol and kerosene. Mu2 with respect to 1 is mu2 by mu1. That is the refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. Refractive index of the second medium will be speed of light in vacuum divided by speed in that medium. C by V1, refractive index of medium 1 is speed of light in vacuum divided by speed in that medium. So C get cancelled, it will become V1 by V2. It will become V1 by V2. So medium 2 with respect to 1, that will be equal to the speed of light in medium 1 divided by speed of light in medium 2. Speed of light in medium 1 divided by speed of light in medium 2. That is the relative refractive index of one medium with respect to another. So refractive index of 1 with respect to 2 can be less than 1 also. It is not necessary that here it has to be greater than 1. But you understood this last point? Absolute refractive index हमेशा 1 से बड़ा होगा. Relative refractive index can be anything greater than 1, less than 1. So if this angle is I, angle of refraction is R, sin I by sin R is mu. Sin I by sin R is mu 2 by 1. So there is another way of writing the Snell's law in relatively better form. इसको हम लिख सकते हैं mu 2 by mu 1, and which is sin I by sin R. So if we cross multiply, mu 1 sin I is equal to mu 2 sin R. So जिस मीडियम का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स उस मीडियम के एंगल का साइन, जिस मीडियम का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स उस मीडियम के एंगल का साइन, that product is constant. That is better form of writing the Snell's law. Mu 1 sin I is equal to mu 2 sin R. So इसको हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं mu into sin I is constant that we apply for any medium having multiple refraction. Sin I by sin R is constant. That constant is mu 2 1, refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. बेटा ये बात समझ में आ गई? लास्ट पॉइंट क्या हुआ ये? व्हाट इज दिस?
एक बार फिर से समझा दो.
फिर से समझते हैं. हम अभी जो यूज करते हैं स्नेल्स लॉ, दैट स्नेल्स लॉ इज sin I by sin R is equal to mu 2 1, refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. But sometimes it becomes confusing because 2 को अगर ऊपर लेते हैं 1 को नीचे ले लेते हैं, then it becomes slightly confusing कि हमें mu 1 sin I mu 2 by mu 1 है या mu 1 by mu 2 है. Or if there are multiple medium mu 1 mu 2 mu 3 mu 4, then it becomes slightly difficult to choose whether it is mu 2 by mu 1 or mu 1 by mu 2. That is why another better form in which we can write the refraction law of refraction, Snell's law, is that mu 2 1 को लिख लिया, it is relative refractive index, so mu 2 by mu 1. Now if we cross multiply, it become mu 1 times sin I is equal to mu 2 times sin R. mu 1 पहले मीडियम में एंगल है I, so mu 1 sin I, mu 2 is the refractive index of second medium, R is the angle of second medium. mu 1 sin
सर
I
ये इक्वल क्यों है? चेंज नहीं है एंगल में, तो ये इक्वल क्यों है?
एंगल चेंज है बट म्यू के साथ प्रोडक्ट कर दिया ना. mu 1 into sin I is equal to mu 2 into sin R. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करो यार, सिंपल मैथ्स.
सर म्यू 2 इज, अच्छा हाँ, तो म्यू 2 इज ग्रेटर देन म्यू 1. ओके सर,
ठीक है. इसमें डेंसर मीडियम था ना, so mu 2 is greater than mu 1, इसलिए sin I and yes. Right? So extended version of Snell's law हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं in general that mu into sin I is equal to constant. Mu into sin I का constant का मतलब, like suppose if there are multiple refraction, then if there are multiple refraction मतलब there are different boundaries. और usually ऐसा कहाँ होता है? Air में. In air there are different packets of air has different temperature. So the light that comes through star will suffer multiple refraction. अभी मैं ऐसे randomly बना लेता हूँ. कोई denser है, कोई rarer है, and then it will suffer multiple deviation, multiple refraction, and then it comes out from that boundary. So कुछ बचपन में या 9th में ऐसा क्वेश्चन भी रहा होगा, why do stars twinkle? मतलब अभी भी है ये. Stars twinkling क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि refraction होता है multiple, and because of this multiple refraction, and these packets are not fixed because this is air. With the wind, this packet starts moving, and the image of that star also keeps on shifting its position, which gives the ट्विंकलिंग इफेक्ट। जैसे अगर यहाँ पर हमें लिखना है इसके लिए, तो दिस इज अ स्पेशल केस फॉर मल्टीपल रिफ्रैक्शन लाइक द एटमॉस्फेरिक रिफ्रैक्शन। ये ऊपर वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट हमने किया है दैट इज स्नेल्स लॉ, लिटिल modified version. Sin I by sin R is mu2 by mu1. That is done. We slightly rearranged it, so it become mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin R. And now in that case, we can see that if we observe, then it is mu1 sin I. So mu of the medium into sine of angle of incidence in that medium. Mu into mu1 sin I1, mu1 first medium में first medium का angle I1, mu2 of second medium angle is I2 is equal to mu2 sin I2. Similarly is equal to mu3 sin I3 is equal to mu5 sin I5. For any such multiple refraction, the product of mu and sine of that angle of incidence is always constant. बेटा ये समझ आया क्या तेजस्वी?
Yes, sir.
Understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Okay, very good. Snell's law हमने जो पढ़ा था वो केवल दो, एक mu1 और mu2 के लिए. Suppose there are multiple layers like in the air atmosphere, it is the practical case. Different layer of airs have different refractive index because their temperature is different. The one which is closer to Earth's surface will be hotter, so it is rarer, और ऊपर वाले denser, so कुछ ऐसा. Because of the different refractive indices, it will suffer deviation from its original path. Correct? Okay. So we will come to this also, not as general so many boundary cases, but yes, at least for the one boundary we'll come back. So अभी हम देखते हैं refractive indices. So there is a table given in your book. Different medium have different refractive indices, and that depends upon electromagnetic property. That is not necessarily the density of that medium, which denotes its refractive index also. So like refractive index of diamond is maximum, very high, it's 2.41, and that is one of the reason that it has such a glow. The light goes and inside it is trapped and become very slow, so that is one of the reason. And refractive index of water is 4/3. Why I'm writing this? Just to compare that 4/3, which is 1.33. Refractive index of glass is 3/2, which is 1.5. अब glass भी बहुत तरह के होते हैं. This is the ordinary glass. Another glass is crown glass and flint glass. So that maybe you'll be in chemistry. अब water के respect में, as we discussed in the last class, kerosene oil and petrol oil. This is yes, this is very light in terms of density, because अगर हम water पे oil डालते हैं then oil floats, और जो light होता है इसकी density कम होती है वो float करता है. So density wise kerosene is less dense, but optical density wise it has the maximum density. So kerosene का जो refractive index है that is around 1.41. So it is denser than water optically. It is denser than water optically. सो ऑन. सो अगर हमें किसी भी मीडियम का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स पता है, हम उस मीडियम में स्पीड निकाल सकते हैं. वी कैन फाइंड द स्पीड ऑफ दैट लाइट इन दैट पर्टिकुलर मीडियम, and with the help of we can find what will be the change in the path, right? Okay. जितना ज्यादा रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स होगा उतना ज्यादा डेविएशन in the path of light. In the path of light, more will be the change. So last class we discussed that when light goes from one medium to another, there is no change in frequency. The change in frequency occurs only in wavelength, and accordingly there is a change in speed also. So change in wavelength from one medium to another. So when light gets refracted, reflection जो हुआ था, reflection में it come back into the same medium. So their wavelength is also same, frequency is also same, only the direction is reversed. Now we are talking about refraction. So during refraction also, when light goes from one medium to another, since the source of light is same, whether it is a bulb or a torch or a sunlight, frequency will be same, but speed changes. So suppose from speed from v, it become v dash. So accordingly, the wavelength of that light in the new medium will also become changes from lambda to lambda dash. And refractive index of this medium is mu, and the rarer medium is 1. So when light goes from one medium to another, it deviates, and accordingly there is a change in speed of light. So when light suffers refraction, or when light goes from one medium to another. Yes. Yes, someone is asking something. One medium to another, the frequency of light remains same. Frequency is property of source.
सर बट जब फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम रह रही है तो स्पीड क्यों बदल रही है? the frequency तो वही होती है लाइट की कि how many waves it is passing through 1
How
second.
many? Na, not with what is speed. Is well, let go from one medium to another. The frequency of light remains same. The frequency of light remains same. The frequency of light remains same, and wavelength changes. अब ये वेवलेंथ चेंज कैसे होगा? बिकॉज स्पीड ऑफ लाइट इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू लैम्डा. फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम क्यों रहती है? बिकॉज सोर्स सेम है. जिस सोर्स के अंदर लाइट कैसे प्रोड्यूस होती है? सपोज फ्रॉम अ बल्ब और समथिंग, व्हाट इज द कॉज? लाइक हाउ इज इट प्रोड्यूस्ड?
सर एक वाइब्रेटिंग सोर्स होता है जो वाइब्रेशंस नहीं सॉरी वो साउंड का होता है.
ओके.
सर जैसे पुराने बल्ब्स में एक वैक्यूम चेंबर में एक फिलामेंट होता था which was heated at high temperature to release light.
नहीं, हीट करने पे ऐसा क्या होता है? स्टार्ट रिलीजिंग लाइट, दैट्स द क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली. which process it? You understood the question?
सर वो हीट एनर्जी वो ना जब बल्ब जलता है तो फिर वो
Electrons are excited to higher level, and when it comes back to the lower level, then it radiates energy which is exactly equal to the difference between the two, right? समझ गए?
डिफरेंस बिटवीन व्हाट टू एनर्जीज?
Uh-huh.
आपने कहा ना इट रेडिएट्स एनर्जी व्हिच इज एग्जैक्टली इक्वल टू द डिफरेंस बिटवीन
Every atom has some energy level. जैसे ग्राउंड इलेक्ट्रॉन फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट में, सेकंड ऑर्बिट में, थर्ड ऑर्बिट में. Electrons are revolving in a different orbit. So higher orbit में ज्यादा एनर्जी होती है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर एक्साइटेड टू हायर एनर्जी लेवल, और जब वो वापस आते हैं तो अपने डिफरेंस के बराबर एनर्जी एमिट करते हैं. So ये जो सोर्स है लाइट का, दैट इज द एक्साइटेशन एंड द एक्साइटेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्साइट हो जाता है किसी हायर लेवल में, और फिर जब वहां से नीचे आएगा तो वो एनर्जी रिलीज करता है. तो ये इसके एक्साइटेशन की फ्रीक्वेंसी है. इट इज दिस एनर्जी, दिस फ्रीक्वेंसी. ये हमने अगर अंदर टंगस्टन यूज किया है तो टंगस्टन के लिए फिक्स है. इट्स नॉट दैट यू कैन चेंज लाइट फ्रॉम वन मीडियम टू अनदर. जो एनर्जी लेवल्स के बीच में ऑसिलेशन है, फ्रीक्वेंसी है, दैट इज फिक्स्ड. It is not depending upon the medium, it depends upon the energy level of source, right? फिर से समझाओ, समझ गए? I am explaining why frequency is not changing in the medium from medium to medium. Why it depends only upon source. क्योंकि frequency किसकी है कि एक सेकेंड में ये कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स वापस ट्रांजिशन करके नीचे किसी भी लोअर लेवल पे आते हैं. In 1 second, how many electronic de-excitation occur, and it is the property of that atom. It has nothing to do with the type of source, type of medium. So energy level में electrons high energy level to low energy level when it jumps, frequency is a property of source. समझ गए? ये frequency किसने डिसाइड की? फ्रीक्वेंसी किसने डिसाइड की? उसके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के एनर्जी लेवल ने. और उन एनर्जी लेवल के बीच की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो डिसाइड होती है. जैसे सोडियम के लिए इट विल बी डिफरेंट, दैट्स व्हाई सोडियम लाइट इज येलो इन कलर, गोल्डन येलो. फ्रीक्वेंसी डिपेंड्स अपॉन दी सोर्स. हमने सोर्स में क्या यूज किया है? मैग्नीशियम से ब्राइट वाइट निकलती है बिकॉज उसके अंदर के एनर्जी लेवल्स के बीच की फ्रीक्वेंसी का मतलब कि कितने रेडिएशंस वापस आ रहे हैं. इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्साइट हो गया, वापस एक्साइटेशन में एक सेकंड में कितने आ रहे हैं. वो सोडियम का जो बल्ब है वो कहीं पर भी रखा हो, it will be same for a given temperature, given voltage, it is going to be same. बाहर को वो लाइट एयर में जा रही है, वाटर में जा रही है, ग्लास में जा रही है. It has nothing to do with what is happening inside the sodium. समझ आ गया ये?
हाँ सर, समझ में आ गया.
Okay. So wavelength, अभी जो speed है, speed हम कैसे निकालेंगे? If refractive index of that medium in which light is going is mu. Refractive index of medium is mu. Absolute refractive index. So mu is equal to C by V. So from here V is equal to C divided by mu. Speed of light in that medium will be 1 upon mu times speed in vacuum. Speed of light in medium is equal to speed of light in vacuum divided by refractive index. So इससे हमें speed का change पता पड़ गया. Speed of light in vacuum divided by refractive index. So greater refractive index, which means less will be the speed. And from here we can now calculate, because frequency is constant, speed is directly proportional to lambda. So अगर speed 1 by mu times हो रही है, accordingly the wavelength will also become 1 upon mu dash, because if light is going from one medium to another, frequency remains unchanged. Frequency remains unchanged. V is equal to f lambda, so V is directly proportional to lambda. V upon lambda is frequency and frequency will be constant. So हम इसको लिख सकते हैं V upon lambda, that is equal to V dash upon lambda dash. इसमें हमने first medium लिया था vacuum. So it will be C upon lambda dash is equal to V upon V dash. C is the speed of light in vacuum, so is equal to V upon lambda dash. lambda dash upon lambda will be equal to B upon C, that is 1 by mu. So इससे हमें नए मीडियम में वेवलेंथ मिल गई, that wavelength will also become 1 upon mu times. Just like speed becomes 1 by mu times, the wavelength also becomes 1 upon mu times when it goes from one medium to another. If it is a denser medium relatively, then it reduces. If it is a relatively rarer medium, then wavelength increases. Wavelength in medium 2 is 1 upon mu times wavelength in medium 1. So the change that will be in speed, the same change will be in wavelength also. It will be mu dash is equal to lambda by mu. Speed is inversely proportional to mu, so lambda is also inversely proportional to mu. Now it is going from rarer to denser, then wavelength decreases. If it is going from denser to rarer, then wavelength increases. बेटा समझ आ गया क्या? थोड़ा अजीब सा था डेरिवेशन. अजीब सा मतलब like wavelength of a light will change when it goes from one medium. Frequency remains same. और उसका हमने एक्सप्लेनेशन समझा कि why frequency is same, because frequency का लेना देना है उसके एनर्जी लेवल्स के बीच में नंबर ऑफ ऑसिलेशंस पर सेकंड से. Number of oscillation per second is decided by what atom or what element we have chosen as a source. If the usual tungsten bulb, then tungsten के अंदर के एनर्जी लेवल डिसाइड करेंगे कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक्साइट और डिक्साइट हो सकते हैं. सोडियम में सोडियम डिसाइड करेगा. It is not depending upon the medium in which light is going to be propagated. When light starts from a source, now medium to medium speed changes, and when speed changes, then wavelength will change because frequency remains same. So V is equal to F times lambda. If F is same, V is changing by the same factor, lambda will also change. Speed is half, wavelength will be half. So the similar relation will be for speed and for wavelength. Right? बड़ा समझ आ गया इसमें डाउट? तेजस्वी क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
फर्स्ट मीडियम में स्पीड ली थी हमने c, वेवलेंथ था लैम्डा, and in this second medium the speed has become v and wavelength has become lambda dash. If this second medium refractive index is mu, so v is equal to c by lambda and lambda dash is equal to lambda by mu. Same relation will be true for speed as well as wavelength. So if light goes from rarer to denser, wavelength decreases because speed decreases. The speed of light decreases, therefore wavelength decreases. Second is, if light goes from denser to rarer, lambda will be less than 1. If light goes from denser to rarer, wavelength increases. And if it is the same medium, then obviously the wavelength is going to be same. So light की bending depend किस पे करती है? Refractive index पे. Refractive index is the property of medium. And now we will see the factors which decides the refractive index. Factors which decides the affecting the refractive index of a medium. रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स वैसे तो मीडियम की प्रॉपर्टी है, बट मीडियम की इलेक्ट्रिक और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की प्रॉपर्टी है, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव होती है, इसलिए सो refractive index of a medium is also dependent upon some external factor, जैसे जैसे एक तो डिपेंड करेगा नेचर पे, दैट इज फर्स्ट नेचर ऑफ द मीडियम और प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द मीडियम। नेचर ऑफ मीडियम का मतलब कि अगर उसके मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच में स्पेस ज्यादा है तो वो रेयर है, if this is very close polymer then it is denser क्योंकि वो सब कुछ absorb कर लेता है, light become very slower. So it also depends upon the optical density of the medium. Optical density is different from the material density or mass density. Optical density is different from the mass density. Like if refractive index is greater than 1, it is right. So medium जितना dense होगा, for example diamond. Diamond is very hard, very rigid, and very highly materially dense also, and optically dense also. So therefore, its refractive index is very, very high. Second, for a given medium, the temperature also plays the role. It depends upon the physical conditions like temperature and pressure. Just for example, I took a case of air. Air के केस में क्या होता है, during the hot day or in the deserts, जो surface के पास में, अर्थ के सरफेस के पास में जो होंगे, दैट विल बी हॉट एयर, और ऊपर की तरफ जाएंगे तो कोल्ड एयर। हॉट एयर का एक्सपेंशन होता है, एक्सपेंशन मीन मॉलिक्यूल्स विल बी फार्दर फ्रॉम ईच अदर, एक्सपेंशन की वजह से उनमें स्पेस ज्यादा होगा, एंड दैट मीडियम विल बी अ रेयरर मीडियम। ऊपर की तरफ जैसे जाएंगे वैसे वैसे टेम्परेचर कम होता जाएगा। स्पेस में टेम्परेचर कितना है, स्पेस छोड़ो, अपने एटमॉस्फेयर में अगर हम 10 किलोमीटर ऊपर जाए टेम्परेचर कितना होता है, हाउ मच इज द टेम्परेचर?
सर अगर हम 10 किलोमीटर ऊपर जाएं,
अगर हम वहां से 10 किलोमीटर ऊपर जाते हैं, 10 किलोमीटर मतलब सी लेवल से 10 किलोमीटर ऊपर, 10 किलोमीटर छोड़ो, 5 किलोमीटर,
सर टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज होएगा।
minus -70 -80, that is the temperature outside. जब आप फ्लाइट के अंदर रहते हो, that also tells you the outside temperature. Its outside is -70 -80 -40, but it is cabin temperature is maintained at 27. So why I mentioned that, because अर्थ से ऊपर जाने पे टेम्परेचर का इतना इफेक्ट होता है, बिकॉज अर्थ में द सरफेस एब्जॉर्ब्स, एटमॉस्फेयर में there are gas molecules, but because of gravity it is closer to the earth's surface only, which causes the scattering and absorption and greenhouse, and due to which the temperature near the earth's surface is very high, but as we go it decreases very 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 rapidly. So ऊपर वाले मीडियम जैसे जैसे ऊपर जाते हैं वैसे वैसे इसकी डेंसिटी बढ़ती जाती है, and it become optically denser also in this case, right? So usually what happens, with increase in temperature molecule will expand, so it will become rarer medium, optical density decreases, refractive index decreases. With increase in temperature of a medium, refractive index decreases. Right? Very nice. Physical condition like temperature बढ़ाने पे density बढ़ जाती है, density बढ़ जाती है mean molecules will be farther from each other and therefore it will become a rarer medium, the density will decrease. Third is the wavelength of light. So इसके लिए एक relation होता है which is the wavelength of light. So the relation is not in the syllabus but just for the significance of understanding, I'm just writing. This is called Cauchy's formula, CAUCHY. For any medium, its refractive index is A plus B by lambda square. A plus B by lambda square.
सर कभी जब हम एक प्रिज्म में लाइट पास करते हैं तो हमें सारे 7 वाइट लाइट पास करते हैं तो हमें सारे 7 कलर्स मिल जाते हैं ना, ड्यू टू द डिफरेंस एंड डेविएशंस ऑफ दोस कलर्स.
Correct. Because of the different colors, it has different. So you can see from here this formula. Smaller the wavelength, more will be the refractive index. Lesser wavelength, more will be the refractive index. Right. So in vacuum, all colors will be moving, all electromagnetic waves will be moving with the same speed, irrespective of whether it is X-ray or it is a light, visible light or what. Fine. Yeah. Wavelength of light. So on increasing the wavelength of light, what happens is on increasing the wavelength of light, yeah, with increase in wavelength, हम increase नहीं कर रहे हैं, with increase in the wavelength of light, refractive index decreases.
सर वैसे ये समझा जाता है क्योंकि वेवलेंथ एंड स्पीड ऑफ लाइट आर डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल, और अगर स्पीड भी डिक्रीज होती है तो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स इंक्रीज होता है.
स्पीड डिक्रीज इसलिए होती है क्योंकि म्यू डिक्रीज होता है ना, उसका और कोई रिलेशन नहीं है. स्पीड इज c by lambda, v is equal to c by mu. म्यू डिक्रीज हो रही है, कॉचीज फॉर्मूला, दिस इज एक्सपेरिमेंटल, एक पूरी सीरीज है इस पे जो कॉची ने लिखी थी relation, and based on this only we get to know that speed is decreasing. Otherwise कैसे पता? How do we know that different colors have different speed? In vacuum they all move with the same speed. In vacuum all colors move with same speed, but in a particular medium, refractive index of a medium decreases. तो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स डिक्रीज हो रहा है, इसलिए speed of light will also be changing. So speed of light will be v is equal to c upon mu. The speed of light decreases with increase in refractive index. Whereas which of the color of the white light has maximum speed, greatest speed? So out of the spectrum of the visible light, wavelength is maximum for red and minimum for violet. This is the wavelength. Refractive index order will be exactly opposite. Refractive index maximum किसका है? Violet. So violet की speed सबसे कम होगी. The speed for light, the speed of light is minimum for violet color and maximum for red color. आप अपने syllabus के लिए आप ऐसा याद रख सकते हो that mu depends upon inversely proportional to. So speed of light in a medium depends upon mu. वो Cauchy's formula exact relation है. इससे सिर्फ ये हम पता कर रहे हैं कि वेवलेंथ कम करेंगे, कम करते जाएंगे तो स्पीड बढ़ती जाएगी. स्पीड डिपेंड्स अपॉन 1 upon mu and since mu depends upon wavelength. So lesser wavelength, less speed. More wavelength, greater wavelength, more speed. That is the relation that we can use to determine which color will be moving faster, but it is applicable only for a medium. In vacuum, all colors propagate with the same speed. So in vacuum, all colors propagate with the same speed because the electromagnetic properties are same. All colors propagate with same speed.
This is why अगर space में जाओ तो sun white दिखता है.
तो सन यहाँ से कैसा दिखता है?
Sir, yellow दिखता है, evening में red सा दिखता है.
वो
Space में
सन
it
का
will be
नहीं है.
pure white.
हाँ, ठीक है, वो सन की वजह से नहीं है, वो बेसिकली है हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर की वजह से, क्लाउड्स की वजह से. So sky
Sir, वही
appears
कह रहा हूँ.
reddish.
In vacuum it will appear white.
Yes, so that reddish appearance is of the sky, not the sun. जो उसके आसपास स्काई इसके थ्रू लाइट हमारे पास आ रही है, वो उसका कलर है जो हमें ऑब्जर्व होता है. You understood?
Yes,
जैसे
sir.
there is a white light and you put red color goggles, you start seeing it red in color. If you have blue color goggles, you start seeing it blue in color. So it is basically that cloud and sky which is in between the sun and us in our atmosphere. It is the color of that, and it changes from red to orange to blue because of the different optical phenomena that we will be discussing in this chapter. Right? यहाँ तक clear? कोई समस्या है इसमें? This logic is clear? तो वैक्यूम में हर एक कलर की फ्रीक्वेंसी भी डिफरेंट होगी, वेवलेंथ भी डिफरेंट होगी, बट उनका प्रोडक्ट सेम होगा. C is always constant. The speed of light is same. In vacuum, frequency of red color and frequency of white color is different. In vacuum, frequency wavelength of red color and wavelength of blue color is also different. But their product, which represent the speed, is constant. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Shrey, Tejasvi. Speed of red light is maximum or minimum? Shrey, speed of red light is maximum or minimum?
Sir, maximum.
Maximum because its wavelength is maximum. Refractive index is, what will be the refractive index of order of refractive index for visible light? Order means increasing or decreasing. Order of refractive index का plural क्या indices हो जाएगा of a medium for visible light. So least refractive index किसके लिए होगा?
Red.
Red, absolutely. Red has the greatest wavelength, so it has the minimum least. Then orange, then yellow, then green, then for blue, and then for indigo, and then for violet. This is the order of refractive indices for a given medium. Right?
Yes, sir.
ओके, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स कलर पे डिपेंड करता है, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स टेम्परेचर पे डिपेंड करता है, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स उस मीडियम की ऑप्टिकल डेंसिटी पे डिपेंड करता है when light goes from one medium to another. Say
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes.
वैक्यूम में क्यों चेंज नहीं होता? Why it is not changing in vacuum? For vacuum mu is 1 for all the colors. Frequency and wavelength changes, but their product remains same. Understood the question? In the vacuum, why all colors have same refractive index? Because they have same speed. All colors move with same speed. All colors will have same refractive index, which is equal to 1. Frequency is different, wavelength is different, but the product is constant. In vacuum, for all colors, not just all color, in fact, all electromagnetic wave, C, which is equal to frequency into wavelength, is constant. Okay, चलो वापस आते हैं. So now this is like refractive index. हम speed के terms में define करते हैं. Speed depend करता है wavelength पे. Next is suppose we have 3 different medium. Now called principle of reversibility, that if light is going from rarer to denser, if we change the position of source, we make it in the denser medium, then it will follow the exactly similar path, exactly same path, not just similar, principle of reversibility of light. So if light goes from air to water, some condensate, when the source of light is in air, here if angle of incidence is I, angle of reflection is R, mu2 and mu1. Refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1 is refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So here if we apply Snell's law, sin I by sin R is equal to mu2 by mu1. If suppose the source of light is now inside, if the source of light is inside, that light is emerged from the, if it is incident on this boundary at angle of incidence equal to R, then it will emerge on the other medium at the same angle as angle of incidence I. Mu1, mu2. So here refractive index of 1 with respect to 2, because now light is going in medium 1. पहले वाले केस में incident medium is mu1 and light is going to refract, light is refracting in the medium 2. Refractive index of medium in which light goes, that we have to use. So in the medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, because now light is going in medium 1. Incident from medium 2 and then it is going refracted into the medium 2. It is equal to mu1 by mu2. So that means the product of mu2 1 multiplied by mu1 2. This is equal to 1. So refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2 is exactly inverse of refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1. It is exactly opposite, exactly inverse, and that means if I become R, then R will become I. Sin I by sin R will be exactly same. So when angle of incidence is I, angle of refraction is R. When angle of incidence and the denser medium is R, then it will become angle of refraction will become I. So the path light ray will take exactly same path if we interchange the position of source from rarer to denser.
Sir,
Yeah,
sorry,
is
I
that
have
clear?
to leave the meeting. मेरे इंटरनेट में कुछ काम चल रहा है.
इंटरनेट में काम चल रहा है. ठीक है, तो मैं आपको वर्कशीट भेज देता हूँ. वर्कशीट तब तक डाउनलोड कर लो. Send it back. No problem. We'll continue next class.
Okay, sir.
उनमें वर्कशीट मिल जाएगी आपको ना तब तक. That you can solve. Don't worry. Don't have to be honest. Don't cheat.
Sir, may I leave the meeting?
Okay, you can. No problem.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
So principle of reversibility क्या है? अगर हमने source की position change कर दी तो the path of light will change, but it will be exactly same. It will be following the same pattern. When angle of incidence is I, angle of refraction is R. When angle of refraction incident is R, angle of refraction is I. So light path is reversible as we saw in the case of mirror also. Object between focus and center of curvature, image is beyond center of curvature. If object is beyond center of curvature, image is between focus and center of curvature. Okay, अगस्त से last worksheet कौन सी की हमने in the yesterday class? Worksheet number
7.
7 or 8?
So we done 7 only.
7. Worksheet number 8 I'm sending. It is again only 15 minutes. So you're supposed to send it by 2:15. And I hope you are getting the corrected answers also. If you have any doubt in any of the question, bring it in the next class. I have shared in the group. Please solve these 15-minute DPP. Okay, then I think that's it for today. I wanted to finish, but no problem. DPP is also an important part. So almost we are done. Only one particular part is left. That is refraction through a glass slab, but that is little mathematical. So we'll do it next class. Till then, you will read the theory and all the examples related with the refractive index question, speed of light question. We will leave that part in which the light passes through the glass slab. Okay, solve this worksheet and send within next 15 minutes.